Try this the next time you have a few minutes alone, and you can close your eyes and you won't be distracted by anyone or anything. There's a lot of talk these days about positive thinking. Only good vibes, only positive thoughts. I'm sure you've all heard it. And the sentiment is great, but it ignores a fundamental, inherently bundled, mischievous element to our psyche. If I say to you, don't think of a blue lizard, what does your mind do right away? It conjures up a ridiculous image of a blue lizard. The same thing is true with the sentiment of letting go. You hear that a lot. Just let go. Again, great sentiment. But our minds will do the opposite. So what I propose, instead of let it go or think positively, let it all be there. Let it stay. And instead, close your eyes and just notice where the thoughts are coming from. Let them all be there. But just notice, where are they in fact coming from? Are you thinking them? Or do they just show up and you follow them? Negative thoughts in particular seem to have a stickiness to them. So when negative thoughts arise, we glom onto them. So just watch these thoughts. Watch them come, watch them go. Don't try to do anything about them. Don't try to force out negative thoughts and cling to positive thoughts, because it doesn't work. It'll work short term, but long term, it's not going to be effective. And you'll notice that 90 to 95% of our thoughts are self-referential. Unless we're problem solving or creating something, we're always referencing the world out there to ourselves. And here's the really sneaky and insidious part of all this, is that we form our actual sense of self based on these thoughts and feelings that literally come and go and change constantly. Feelings and thoughts are linked to each other. It's really hard to tell which ones come first. Doesn't really matter. What's the problem is that our identities are formed based on these things that come and go without our control. It seems like we're controlling them, but we're not. So what I'm suggesting is to just close your eyes and notice. Notice where these thoughts come from and where they go. They come from seemingly nowhere and they go to seemingly nowhere, like a loop. It's really astounding, actually. It's going to seem hard at first because it's actually so effortless. And we're so used to efforting and trying things. It's probably going to seem hard at first because it's a new skill. But after some time and some repeated practice, you'll notice that your usual thoughts and feelings have less of a grasp on you. They don't grip you as hard. It's not going to change overnight, and maybe it will never change completely. There are some people that claim that they have absolute silence. They don't think at all unless they're literally creating something or problem solving, but that all their self-referential thought is gone. And that is a nice thought. But let's not strive for huge goals like that. Just start with this very, very simple practice that will slowly over time start to change you on a fundamental level. Another thing that you might notice is that without the awareness of the thought, there couldn't be a thought. And that awareness, that consciousness, which doesn't come and go, is what we actually fundamentally are. It's colorless, odorless. It's just a screen on which anything can take place. And that's where our thoughts are, on that screen. And we are the screen, not the thoughts. But we've become so entangled and identified with the thoughts that they carry us away, like a leaf on the wind. But don't take my word for it. Get in there and try it. It's, again, it's very, very effortless. It's just a noticing. It's like noticing a plane in the sky or a bird in a tree or that It smells like fresh coffee in the morning, whatever. And at first, it's going to seem weird and like nothing's happening. Kind of like learning scales on a guitar or learning a new skateboard trick or a new sports maneuver. You know, you do that stuff over and over and over, and it seems like you're not getting any better. And then one day, you try it and you can suddenly do it. This is no different. Just, you gotta do it over and over whenever you get a chance. You'll get used to the effortlessness, because it is weird at first. And, yeah, you'll notice over time that you just feel better. Things don't have as much of a grip on you. It's wonderful. Get in there and try it.